You're at a bar. The bartender asks what you'd like to drink. Beer, wine, whiskey, a cocktail. You pick based on taste, maybe mood, maybe price. But on the inside, your body is making a completely different calculation. Because the moment that drink hits your bloodstream, your hormones get a specific set of instructions. The response depends on what's in your glass. And once you know what each type of alcohol actually does inside you, you'll never order the same way again. The moment that first sip hits your bloodstream, your body switches to emergency mode. And it has one agenda item: deal with this. Now, think of your liver like an air traffic controller. Every second of every day, it's managing hundreds of incoming flights. Nutrients, toxins, hormones, energy storage, all of it perfectly coordinated. Then you take the first sip of your drink, and suddenly every other flight gets rerouted. While your liver locks onto that single priority, something else starts happening in the background. Your hormones begin adjusting, quietly, automatically. Stress hormones shift. Blood sugar hormones respond. Sleep hormones start recalculating, all of them adjusting to the same disruption. But not in the same way, because the drink in your hand changes everything about how your body responds. Beer doesn't send the same signal as wine. Wine doesn't send the same signal as whiskey. Your body reacts to each one differently, and it starts the moment you choose your drink. Beer. Of all the drinks you could choose, beer is the one that shows up with the most luggage, because beer doesn't just deliver alcohol, it delivers carbohydrates too. Which means the moment it enters your system, your body isn't managing one problem, it's managing two. The alcohol walks straight to the front of the line: process me first. And while your liver is doing that, insulin gets a separate message entirely. Energy has arrived. Store it. Two signals, two systems, both firing at the same time. But beer isn't done yet. Hops, the plant used to brew beer, contains compounds called phytoestrogens, plant-based molecules that mimic estrogen inside your body. They're in every pint, and almost nobody knows it. One beer isn't going to spike your estrogen noticeably, but the phytoestrogens are there with every pint, and with regular drinking, they add up. Combined with alcohol's known ability to temporarily suppress testosterone production, beer is quietly running a hormonal conversation that no other drink quite replicates. Carbohydrates pulling insulin in one direction, phytoestrogens nudging your sex hormones in another, all while your liver is already busy with the alcohol itself. Your body handles it, but it costs more than most people realize. Wine. Pour a glass and it feels almost sophisticated, refined, demure. But the moment it hits your bloodstream, your body receives a different signal. And it's not one of sophistication. Here's something that not everyone knows. Both men and women produce estrogen. The difference is how much. And alcohol has a quiet but measurable effect on how your body regulates it. Your liver has two jobs simultaneously: process the alcohol and keep up with its normal housekeeping, including breaking down hormones like estrogen. It can't do both at full capacity. So while the alcohol moves to the front of the line, estrogen metabolism slows down. Circulating levels creep up, not dramatically after one glass, but it compounds and adds up faster than most people realize. Now here's the part wine lovers always point out. Red wine contains polyphenols, plant compounds with antioxidant properties. You've probably heard of the most famous one, resveratrol. It's been studied for years. It's the reason wine got crowned the healthy alcoholic drink. But your body doesn't process resveratrol first. It processes the ethanol first. Every time. The polyphenols are passengers. The alcohol is still driving. Champagne. It looks like wine. It's made like wine. Most people treat it exactly like wine. But those bubbles are doing something wine isn't. When carbonation enters your stomach, it irritates the stomach lining. Your stomach responds by emptying faster into your small intestine, and your small intestine is where most alcohol absorption happens, so it hits your bloodstream very fast. Think of it like this: wine has to wait at the regular airport security gate. Champagne rides Nexus. Same flight, half the wait, and that speed changes the hormonal equation entirely. Cortisol spikes sooner, your liver gets hit harder, faster, and your sleep hormones start getting disrupted earlier in the evening than most people realize. Before you've finished your second glass, melatonin is already being suppressed. You might feel tired sooner, but the sleep that follows is lighter, more fragmented, and less restorative than it should be. Not because you drank too much, because your body got hit too fast. Your body isn't getting more alcohol than it would from wine. It's getting it all at once, which is why 2 glasses of champagne can feel like 3 glasses of wine. Your blood alcohol rises faster. Your hormones have less time to adapt. And the crash on the other side comes sooner than you expect. Same hormonal conversation as wine, just compressed into half the time, without warning. Whiskey, bourbon, brandy, dark rum. Another sophisticated choice, the slow sippers drink, the one with complexity and character. But that complexity is exactly the problem, because that rich color, deep flavor, and distinctive smell all come from the same source. A group of compounds produced during fermentation and aging called congeners. Congeners are what make a 12-year Scotch taste completely different from a 3-year one. They're also what make your morning after a whiskey night feel like a different category of suffering entirely. Here's why. Your body doesn't just taste congeners, it has to process them. And while your liver is already working overtime breaking down the alcohol itself, your immune system gets pulled into the picture. It recognizes the congeners as something foreign, and it responds accordingly, inflammation. So now your body isn't running one emergency response, it's running two simultaneously. Alcohol processing in one lane, immune activation in the other. This is why dark spirit hangovers hit differently, not because bourbon contains more alcohol than vodka, it's often less, but because your body is quietly fighting a two-front battle all night long while you sleep. The alcohol was just the opening act. Vodka, gin, white rum, silver tequila. Strip away the aging, fermentation byproducts, and everything that gives dark spirits their color and complexity. What you're left with is alcohol, almost nothing else. But that simplicity cuts both ways. Your liver still has a job to do. Testosterone still takes a hit. Your sleep hormones still get disrupted long after the last sip. None of that changes. But without congeners pulling your immune system into the fight, your body has only one thing to focus on: the alcohol itself. And that's where cortisol comes in. With no competing variables demanding attention, your stress hormone gets a clean, uninterrupted signal. Same airport, but this time you're the only one in the security line, and the guard has nothing but time. This is why the morning after a vodka night often comes with anxiety, that creeping, restless anxiety that feels out of proportion to how much you drank. It's not in your head, it's cortisol. Clear spirits feel forgiving, so people treat them that way. More drinks, more nights, and that's where the real damage occurs. Cocktails. This is where everything gets complicated. Because a cocktail isn't just a drink, it's a delivery system. Alcohol and sugar arriving in your bloodstream at the same time, triggering a hormonal response that no standalone alcohol can match. Insulin comes rushing back in. Your blood sugar is spiking while your liver is already busy processing alcohol. Two systems overwhelmed simultaneously. But then your hunger hormones step in. Ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is the one that tells your brain it's time to eat. Leptin is the one that tells your brain you've had enough. Together, they regulate your appetite with remarkable precision until alcohol and sugar hit them both at once. Ghrelin surges, leptin gets suppressed, and suddenly at midnight you devour an entire pizza. That's not weakness or poor decision-making. That's two hormones that have been chemically overridden, telling your brain exactly what they were designed to tell it. You were never really in control of that craving. Your hormones were. And it doesn't stop there. The sugar spike triggers its own cortisol response, on top of the cortisol already rising from the alcohol itself. Two sources, one overwhelmed stress system, and while all of this is happening, your sleep hormones are taking an even bigger hit. Alcohol suppresses melatonin, sugar delays it further. Together, they don't just disrupt your sleep, they dismantle it. So when alcohol and sugar are consumed together, your body is simultaneously processing a toxin, managing a blood sugar spike, fighting off hunger signals, spiking cortisol from two sources, and trying to protect what's left of your sleep hormones. Beer asked your body to solve two problems. A cocktail asks it to solve 5, which raises one final question. If every drink changes your hormones differently, is there one your body handles best? The answer might surprise you, because it's not about the drink. It never really was. Beer, wine, champagne, whiskey, vodka, cocktails. Every single one disrupts your hormonal balance in some way. The difference is just which hormones bear the brunt and how many systems get pulled in at once. But here's what the research actually points to. The drink you choose matters far less than how often you're choosing it. Your body is extraordinary. It was built to adapt, to restore balance, to recover from disruption. One drink creates a ripple, not a wave. One night disrupts the system. It doesn't destroy it. But each disruption leaves a trace. Estrogen builds up. Testosterone takes longer to bounce back. Cortisol becomes more reactive over time. Insulin loses sensitivity. Your body can handle the one-night interruption, but over time the pattern takes a toll. So the most powerful hormonal decision you can make has nothing to do with choosing vodka over whiskey or wine over beer. It's deciding how often that first sip happens at all. Which of these surprised you the most? Was it the phytoestrogens hiding in your beer? The resveratrol that doesn't actually protect you from the ethanol? The bubbles that turned 2 glasses into 3? Or the hunger hormones that made that midnight pizza feel like a biological emergency? Let us know in the comments below. And if understanding what's actually happening inside your body is your kind of rabbit hole, subscribe to Body Science for more videos like this.